Hi, I'm Julie Hammond. I'm a science teacher in Massachusetts. I love teaching physics, but I also teach chemistry and anatomy. And I also taught middle school earth science when I was teaching at a charter school a few years ago. So I've had a wide range of courses to teach, and I've also had different perspectives and heard different perspectives on both public schools and charter schools. So when I was thinking about making the jump from a charter school to public school, I wondered to myself, is the grass always greener? Are there really differences between public schools and charter schools, or are they really two sides of the same coin? What I found was somewhere in the middle. So I started doing some more research, and I wondered how many other teachers there are out there like me who would like to know more about the differences and similarities between public schools and charter schools. So as part of my Mount Holyoke Master's project, I created this website, School Choice for Teachers, which is a website that teachers can go to with a whole bunch of information. I decided to make an infographic of the American flag, symbolizing that private schools, public schools, and charter schools are all American schools, that no matter where you teach, it's still an American school, even if it's a public school with the liberal arts and sciences without religion, or if you're teaching at a private school where it's Christian or Jewish or Muslim or a college prep school. I also created a breakdown between charter, public, and private, so teachers can ask questions like, is certification required, or will there be a union? And while it doesn't cover every single charter school and every single private school, you can look at the overall differences between each school type and kind of get a sense for the overall characteristics of each type of school. I also made a survey for teachers to take so that they can think about where they might fall within the school choice debate. So if they're like me teaching at a charter school where I found that I'm a lot happier at a public school, but similarly there might be a public school teacher who's unhappy who might actually like a charter school better. For example, a lot of charter schools don't always require state certification, whereas public schools usually do, although it varies by the state. So a teacher who doesn't have their certification, who might not be able to teach in a public school, might actually be better suited either to a charter school or a private school. So
I'm going to pause it there just because I want to make sure that Shelby has plenty of time. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but please go to schoolchoiceforteachers.com. Actually, I am going to share my screen to show you the other infographic. Sorry, hold on. Sorry to jump in and out. If you click on charter schools, there is a public versus charter infographic that has more information. I'm hoping to revise this a little bit. A lot of my project was troubleshooting. I was using Canva software, which is a fantastic visual software, which created like the MP4 animations that I used in the trailer. And then I also made another infographic that was recommended by John Holland. John is in the house and he's been a fantastic mentor, and he actually had the idea of doing kind of a rainbow to represent the different variations of public schools. So when I think of public school where I went in high school, I think of a traditional college prep school, but magnet schools are really, really cool. That to me, they're the good side of a charter school, where when I think back to my experience working at Hampton Charter, where we were working in a lower socioeconomic status and we had the highest test scores in the state, and we're Hampton Charter School of Science, we did science fair every year, you could equally have a magnet school with Springfield Public Schools or Chicopee Public Schools, where they could dedicate a separate school from the regular high school as a magnet school dedicated to science. So the framework of Hampton Charter, and what I loved about that, I thought was interesting, that it didn't have to be a charter school. It could actually have existed as a magnet school. And then vocational schools, plumbing, carpentry, automotive. Now that I work at South Hadley High School, we actually have vocational tied right into our high school. So I have students who are actually in the carpentry program, but then who come to my physics class during the day. And then also virtual classes. So because South Hadley is only about 500 students for the whole high school, we can't necessarily offer AP Physics all the time. And we can't necessarily offer AP French in classes where there are smaller class sizes. So having a virtual classroom allows students to have those classes that they want to take without necessitating paying a teacher to teach that class if we don't have enough students to justify enrollment. And then also including vouchers to show that public dollars can then go to fund private schools. So using public money to fund private schools. So yeah, please take a look. And this will evolve. I recently became the vice president of the American Association of Physics Teachers, New England. So I'm really, really excited, but I want to focus on that a little bit more. And I'll probably take all of these infographics and all of this information and like in the next year or two, hopefully merge it into the American Association of Physics Teachers website and resources for teachers.